Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across this platform, Linda's TV show. If it is your first time and you like what we are doing here, after watching this video, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications. In that way, you will be able to know when we upload a new video. I want to appreciate YouTube for creating this wonderful platform which we are using to disseminate information to the members of the public. At the same time, I want to put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, I do not promote violence, I do not promote hate speech, I do not promote misleading information. Myself, I don't like it. We react to all forms of videos. So,
yeah. A lot has been happening, and a lot has happened in these recent week that we are in. I saw a message yesterday on my, Facebook handle where somebody was saying that, we should encourage Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to, get a lawyer for himself, a sophisticated lawyer to defend him in appeal courts. Now, I want to say this once again, and then if I finish saying this, I'm not going to respond to that again, ever. Because most of us need to understand where we are coming from. Most of us need to understand who we are first before we start acting. Now, whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has the best of lawyer, whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have the best of lawyer, Nigeria can never release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never get justice or justice in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi will never get justice in Nigeria. And I'm telling you the simple truth. That is the simple truth. Whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu likes now, let him get one of the most sophisticated lawyers on this planet Earth. He cannot fly. He will never get justice. He has the best of lawyers. The first time he was extraordinary rendition from Kenya. And those lawyers secured victory for him. The Nigerian state never allowed him to leave. Malami went to get a stay of execution, which they use in civil matters, and kept him back. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never got justice in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defeated the Nigerian government in 5 different courts, and one is in Kenya, where they extraordinary renditioned him and asked them to return Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was forcefully removed. Did Nigeria listen to that? The answer is no. They went on. Omotosho knew that he cannot try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because any forceful removal of a citizen in a country without due process of law has given you no right to try that individual in your country. That is just the simple truth. So did they know all these things? Was this evidences before the judge? Yes, it was. So why did Omotosho not carry out not follow the procedures of the, UN conventional civil right of every citizen? Why didn't he follow it? Because they were hell-bent in jailing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they have bribed Omotosho to do what he has done. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never get justice in Nigeria. And if you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get justice, you are dreaming. The only way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free is when Simon Ekpa Njoko is free. Our prime minister comes back. The only way they will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is exchange of prisoners. That is what is going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of you will say, oh, no, that Nigeria is not ready to release Nnamdi Kanu. So all these ones that you people are, or somebody will come and be saying, oh, they have gone to ICC. Omotosho is being called. Nobody called Omotosho. Nobody has done anything. The world is quiet. The world is quiet. Nobody has done anything. When Dr. Masanga went to submit documents in ICC, they saw it and they said, okay, they're going to respond to him. Up to today, nothing has happened. Nobody has spoken about it. Why? Because of your mineral resources. That's why they're not saying anything. The people that is in that ICC and the rest of them most of them are the top people there are the Muslims, the northerners from Nigeria. That is most of them. I think one of them is Aisha something. I think Aisha Mohammed. that is the head over there. How do you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get judgment? He won't. He will not. He will not get justice. He will not. So nobody should say, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should look for the best of lawyers. The lawyer they were even delaying him. There were things that the lawyer could not say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would say it. So they fear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they fear Donald Trump. Omotosho fears Nnamdi Kanu that he fears Donald, the way he fears, because these people are just, they tell you what it is, they tell you how it is. They don't sugarcoat anything. He's the most feared man in Nigeria. Is Nnamdi Kanu. So that's why they don't like to see him in court. That's why they always follow him, they guide him. That's why Omotosho never wanted to give him his right to speak in the court. Because you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will destroy the table. Not by violence, but how can you kidnap a man for 5 years? You are tossing him around left, right, and center and expect him to be normal with you. And they are telling us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not remorseful in that kind of hostility. You see, one thing you should understand is Nigeria cannot, would not, and will never release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under civil right law. They can't. So remove your mind from that. If you are thinking that there is a magic that will happen, it can't happen. I'm taking my time again to explain this because of those people who are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should get a best law, even if he gets one of the most sophisticated and more a very brilliant lawyer to come to Nigeria from outside. They can't release Mazi Nnamdi, leave that thing. The whole world has spoken about Mazi Nnamdi and they're tired of talking. So let's leave that. And now again, I saw when Tinubu flew the Nigerian jet to go and fight in Benin Republic. And I laugh because you see, sometimes we need to understand that these people are just evil. When we came here to tell you that Tinubu is a terrorist, you think we are joking. When we came here to tell you that the people that is in the aim of affairs of the government of Nigeria are all terrorists, they are very corrupt people, you think we are joking. Now, there is insecurity happening in Nigeria. Heavy insecurity. Boko Haram is in Nigeria. Rukarawa is in Nigeria. ISIS is in Nigeria. A lot of these dangerous, militias are in Nigeria. We have Fulani herders destroying lives and property, going to farms, people's farms and destroying their lives and property. We have them in Nigeria. They have spoken. Nigerians have spoken. Nigeria has shouted. Tinubu paid a deaf ear. But the moment they heard that Benin is under attack of being taken over by their own military, Tinubu launched airstrike. And I see some of you clapping, oh, we are giant of Africa. Giant of stupidity, that is what you people are. Giant of rubbish. Giant of bunch of disgrace. That is what Nigeria is today. Invading another sovereign nation without any due process of law. And then when people were shouting that Tinubu did not take orders from the Senate, Tinubu did not do this, the Senate did not even approve of it. I don't know how corrupt most of you, the corruption in Nigeria has really destroyed you people's brain. You think anything that they come to show you is true. What did they do? I know that the House of this National Assembly shut down on Fridays. Now, Tinubu went for that airstrike on Sunday. Now, does it mean that immediately Tinubu wanted to go? Then the Abio started calling people, come. We need to get this thing sorted out. And everybody marched to National Assembly. Oh, I have it. Bam! Oh, yeah, go, President. We are not approved Tinubu to go and strike another country. That was what happened. Very stupid people. So Ababio went to sit down there alone. They didn't show us the audience, or rather the people he was talking to. They just showed only Ababio, and Ababio said, oh, I have it. That is a very corrupt nation, a very stupid nation. That is, anything Tinubu cannot do on this earth with money will not exist. Tinubu is very, very corrupt. Very, very corrupt. Extremely corrupt. Tinubu is very corrupt. A very corrupt man. Very, very corrupt. All these things that you see happening today in Nigeria, Tinubu knows everything about it. They want to Islamize. This thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been telling you since how many years? They want to Islamize Nigeria. Their agenda is to destroy the whole of the Christians and take over. That is what they are doing. Tinubu kept quiet. So we have this kind of, emergency, this kind of force fighters that could go and launch attack in another soil, but your own soil is boiling, you could not quench the fire, but you went to quench fire in another man's country. Look at it, peaceful protesters in Adamawa State. Is it Adamawa? Yeah. 10 women were gunned down. They were not carrying firearms. Oh. They were not carrying firearms, and Tinubu has not done anything about it. These are your citizens that you claim that you love, that you claim that you are, because of them, that is why you are in power. You are watching over them, that you are the chief security of the whole Nigeria. Then the Boko Haram you brought into your military gunned down 10 civilians, unarmed protesters, unarmed civilians. What did Amnesty International do? Oh, we are warning Nigeria that the only thing that they do is warn. They don't act to stop the unaliving of their citizens. That is the only thing Amnesty International does. There is nothing we have not seen. We have seen the highest injustices in Nigeria. And one thing about these people is this. They will finish doing all these things because Amnesty International will not say anything. European Union will not say anything. UN will not call them to account. ICC will never call them to any account. Then the next government will come and do worst. That is how Nigeria is programmed. And why is this happening in Nigeria? The giant of the so-called giant of slavery. Why is it happening there? Because of our mineral resources. That is why impunity can climb itself. That is why people can be unalive. No regard for human life in Nigeria anymore. That is why people can buy. Nobody is saying anything again. Nobody comes to fight insecurity in Nigeria. Nigeria is now in turmoil. Nobody is saying anything. Nigerian citizens are not even safe anymore. Protesters, you gun them down. You gun protesters down. It is only VDM and this guy, this our brother that lives in the north. I think he lives in English Alaji, that is always giving us the details of what is happening in the north. The media will never report all this insults. If it was not because VDM went there, we wouldn't have known what is happening. We wouldn't know. Nobody will know. It's business as usual. Your military gunned down civilians and they are not yet arrested by anybody. Why am I even looking for justice? When you will bring terrorists and, reintegrate them into your military, and then who do you want them to go and unalive? Their own brother that is terrorist? It's not possible now. They will vet their angers on the civilians. So that is what is happening. Why am I even shouting that they should? The people that are in the M of affair are all terrorists. Shetima is a terrorist. You all know this. I'm not making it up. Tinubu is a drug dealer. Tinubu is a terrorist. So you all know this already. A drug baron, a drug cartel, a mafian. That is the president of Nigeria. How do you think that country is going to succeed or grow? It's never going to grow. It's never going to grow. Can you imagine the kind of wicked people they have in Nigeria? Hey, sometimes I'll just wake up in the morning, I'll say, Chineke and Kusu Nine Kendia. Thank God for Simon Epa. Thank God for Dr. Ngozi Arabe. These few people first. Because without them, no hope. No hope. We will be hopeless. Now we will be very hopeless. I know onye kutoku Biafra, you are onye otam Nnamdi Kanu, that is in a wee way because all hope is lost. Nnamdi Kanu is jailed for life. Nigeria is not working. Where are we going to go from here? That is why when you see these women, when you see our mother, our mama, thank her. Somebody will say, oh, they have paid him again. Let me disappoint you. I don't know who Dr. Ngozi Arabe is. I don't even have a phone number. I have never spoken to her. The only time I spoke to her was when she came on space, on airspace. We talked. And the only time I spoke to her again was when I chatted her. Something terrible happened to me. I chatted her and she never responded. After 2 weeks that the whole thing has subsided, that was when she responded. And I knew what she was busy. And I didn't bother myself. Now, let me even break it down to you. Some of you that you don't even know nothing. Now, you see this Ogechukwu Nkiri, Adandiuchu, and these people, they are very heartless people, very wicked, and I will explain it to you. Now, this document that they went to Finland to generate for Biafrans, Adibin, that document is in the hand of Ogechukwu Nkiri. By now, we would have been crying out our eyes. Our eyeball would have been on the floor by now. Because these people will hand over that document to Nigeria and give them any amount of money they want. They will pay them to get that document. But this woman has this document with her. And because this woman has this redeclaration document with her, Nigerian government cannot sleep. Go and mark my word anywhere. They cannot sleep. They are looking for every opportunity to bring down Dr. Ngozi Oravweze. They are looking for every opportunity, every avenue to destroy and repatriate Mazi Simon Ekpa, because they know that even though Mazi Simon Ekpa served 20 years, 10 years and come out, he will defend that constitutional right he has. That Dr. Ngozi Oravweze has redeclared on the 29th day of November 2024. They know that. They know the danger is still ahead. So, this woman keeping that document for you and I, this woman having that same document in her possession, she can be bribed $20 billion, not Naira. She can be called and said, and she will say, okay, oh, you people have 20 billion to give me, but no, I don't want 20 billion, I want $100 billion. Do you know Nigerian can do it? Do you know Nigeria can do it? And they will bring the money and present to her. Mama, take. Give us the document. If she was like Ogechukwu Nkiri, Adandimbo Nandiegede, and all Imam Madrabu, Ruby Nadi, if Dr. Ngozi Oravweze had the kind of wicked heart that they have, now we don't go, by now we'll be crying. By now, what all these things that we are talking, we will not be talking, we will not be saying it. She has a nation that she gave battle in her palms, and the Nigerian state, one state. Why do you think, reason? Because even we learn. Why do you think that the Nigerian states went to Finland to, wanting to destroy Mazi Simon Ekpa, and because when they failed, they now said, okay, fuck him up and then jail him so that we will not look stupid. And that's what they did. And then at the end of the day, they moved. They lobbied Finland again to go to US. To go and meet FBI and tell FBI that Dr. Ngozi Oravweze, your COS, is a terrorist. Why do you think that happened? Oh, you think she's joking? These people can do anything to get that document because they know that you have that document. So they are, in fact, anything that they can do to bring down Dr. Ngozi Oravweze, they will do it. I know that for sure. Because somebody, a white man saw me yesterday when I was going home. I was actually in the bus. And the guy said, oh, Jose, I used to watch your program. White man, oh. And I said, hey, really? Where do you know me? He said, yo, you talk more about Biafra. I said, yes. So I said, yes. So he said, yes. That you see, what Finland did was actually bad. They tried to lobby in. There was a way he put it. He didn't use the word lobby. He said they tried to put pressure so that Finland can bring back Simon Ekpa, so that the whole case will die. The whole case of Biafra will die. But if Finland has done that they will look stupid to Africans. They will look stupid to other European Union. So they asked Finland to fuck Simon Ekpa up, so that Simon Ekpa will look like a terrorist, so that the world will see him in that form, that they know the truth. And I was looking at this man. I was just looking at him when he was talking, because I was in the bus, so I couldn't talk much. I was going to the gym at the time. This thing happened yesterday by 7:25 p.m. I don't know the white guy. Our redeclaration is at hand. Our declaration, they all know it. They know that the impossible has happened. They know that that impossible has happened. And I'm telling you the truth. I am telling you people nothing but the truth here. Again, yesterday, I posted something on our WhatsApp group where a lawmaker, this guy has actually spoken with me before, where a lawmaker in Anambra State called me one certain time. You know, he was chatting, we were chatting, and I really don't know who he is. So he was appreciating me and said, oh, this, that. And secondly, he now said that you would want me to, you know, tell our people to support this drug lord, the terrorist criminal president, so-called president, illegitimate president of Nigeria. So that we should give him opportunity to, you know, come back in 2027. Nigerian, we Biafrans should support him so that he will be able to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that he will be nice if we root for him. And I said to him, hey, so when he was talking, I just kept quiet. I was just listening. And the next thing he said, $200,000. I didn't respond. I said, oh, $200,000. He said, what can 200, we ended it at, what can $200,000 do for you? I didn't say a word. I didn't even talk to him. I just disconnected because he mentioned that Nnamdi Kanu was the reason why, at the time, the first time he spoke to me. Now, yesterday again, I woke up in the morning after taking my bath, rushing to work. In fact, I had already, I think, about 3 minutes late. If I don't run out the time I ran out, I will miss my train. So I just woke up and then I saw that same message. A message popped up into my phone, and what I saw was the same man writing a long note. And this time around, he increased it to $700,000 for me to share to our media so that we can root for Tinubu in 2027. I really don't know who. The guy spoke to me. He spoke with me. We spoke. So we spoke on you know, this what is it called now? Facebook caller. So that's why he called me. He doesn't have my number. He doesn't have anything about me. I don't think he knows who I am. So now, when he said $700,000, I was skeptical. I was like, $700,000 to do what? Number one, I'm not in the government. Number two, I cannot destroy what has been done. I cannot go and say there was no redeclaration. I cannot come now and start saying what is not true. So what are you giving me $700,000 to do? I cannot tear down the government of the United States of America, of Biafra. So what am I going to do with the $700,000? What am I going to do with it? So when you give it to me, I will now call our media team and give them $100,000 to talk what? To say what? That is what I was asking. What will I say? What will I tell them? I am not part of the government officials. I don't know anything about the government, and I don't want to be. So he giving me $700,000 to do what? To do what? I cannot bring down the government. So what are you giving me the money for? And this is how the man does. He didn't talk again. So you can see that a lot is happening in this our fight to freedom. A lot has happened, and a lot is happening. Tinubu and Christopher Musa are in our land, killing Biafrans, harvesting their organs. Some of these people are, what is it called now? They are tiger babes. Anybody that you see that you are looking for, go to tiger babes, you see his corpse there. That is the new norm in the whole of Anambra State today. And these people are offering people like us $700,000. You think that they don't know that Biafra has been redeclared? You think that they don't know what we are doing? You must be joking. And that yesterday, that was when I knew that what we are doing was actually getting to them. $750, not naira. Do you know what that money is? In conversion, hell of money. And that is how somebody will go and sell her conscience, his conscience to evil. And will continue to suffer. We've been suffering. Biafrans have been suffering for years. In government, we don't get level. In our homeland, we don't have peace. In Biafran land, we are being killed, kidnapped, raped. Houses have been destroyed, burnt. The same Biafran land, they will bring soldiers from the north and they will come to oppress, suppress, destroy our lives and livelihood, properties. That is why I hate and I dislike Finland government, and I dislike Alexander Stubb because of what he did to his best friend Simon Ekpa. Because the moment this animal called Alexander Stubb removed Simon Ekpa and Joko, our people were killed like no man business. The world watched on why this evil took place in our land. Nobody has said anything until Trump came and said, oh, listen, Christians have been unalived in the southeast. We need to go there. Sorry, Christians have been unalived in Nigeria. We need to come and help you. The same people that tagged IPOB a terrorist started fighting. That no, United States American president should not come to Nigeria to help us. But you called that IPOB a terrorist. How do you know where the location that Trump is targeting to launch attack? Do you know if it's in the southeast? That is to tell you how corrupt the Nigerian system is. That is the country that you hope, you wish, you are thinking that we give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu victory, freedom for exposing who they are. You people are joking. You don't know what you are in for. You don't know what you are in for. If they can come and promise a stupid person like me, somebody will not get level, $700K, somebody, I'm not even in the government. Why didn't they call Christopher Kenwa? Why didn't they call Mouthpiece of the Gods? Why did they call me? $700,000 for what? What am I going to do with it? Guinea can make that kind of money. At my age, what will I do with that kind of money? There is money that you will see, you go even fear. And I was thinking it was Yahoo boys that was doing that nonsense. In fact, my head was thinking, when left, right line, because I said, even though it's Yahoo boy, he wouldn't have called my phone. He wouldn't have called me on Lifeline. That is how serious these people can be. And I sent that. Anybody that wants to see the write-up, you can go to Drake, because I don't know how to do all this. I've not learned it. I can even. It was the person that taught me how to even come up line was what's his name again? Our lost sheep. That's Go 247. That's the person who taught me how to use this thing to come online. So bringing it up and putting it to my side, I don't know how to do that. Maybe I'm going to understudy it, or maybe if there are what is it called? Subscription I'm meant to do, I'll subscribe them. I'll go and do the subscription. That is how Nigeria is. That is why we are here to sensitize the public. Biafra has been redeclared. We are not redeclaring again. Biafra, this Biafra was redeclared by Dr. Ngozi Oronigbo on the 29th day of November 2024. Donald Trump cannot reverse that. The devil himself cannot reverse that, not to talk of Tinubu, the drug lord. None of them can reverse it. The only thing that they can do is to buy it off and destroy it. That is why when you wake up, you thank Madam Dr. Ngozi Oronigbo. That is why all of us can still shout. That is why we can still, let me use the word of our sister Mouthpiece, we can pass MAGA today. That is what is giving me this courage, because I voted. I was part of the people who voted to exit Nigeria. I was part of the people who voted. I voted. I am defending my vote. And no amount of money will I use to shut my mouth up. $700K. He said it's the 10th Senate of Anambra State. The 10th Senate of Anambra State. And his last name, I think, let me call his last name. Maybe somebody will know his last name. I'm not going to call his first name. His last name is this. He said his last name is Ezobi. Ezobi, the number 10 Senate of Anambra constituency, or whatever he says in that distance. You can go and read it. Drake has it. And I posted it on our WhatsApp, US WhatsApp group. He has it. They have it there. I'm exposing the criminality of these people. I am a nobody. I had no get level at all. And you are giving me to do what with it? What will I do with it? $750,000. For what? Biafrans, we have suffered enough. Nnamdi Kanu is suffering. I'm not talking about releasing him. You are telling me that it's Tinubu that will release him if we come together to vote you. Oshe, because we are stupid. Because we have seen a stupid man. Somebody did not release over the months, over the years. He has been in the illegal detention of DSSS. It is today that we are going to talk to Tinubu. All this, your madness will soon stop. That is how Bianca deceived Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife and brothers and every one of them to write that Simon Ekpa was their problem. And today Simon Ekpa has been removed. The good thing about Simon's own is he was given 6 years. Your husband is life imprisonment. The same Bianca now has disappeared. Omiana, she's no more talking. Madibugo will be vibrating that time when Madibugo comes to call. Hey, Simon, you will see his head, and his head will want to fall from his neck. Today, where is Madibugo? All of them disappeared. Where are all those people that were shouting, Simon, Simon, Simon? They have all disappeared. I like to say this every time because I know the evil that they did. Very stupid and hopeless black entities that cannot reason. They used every of their media to fight Simon Ekpa. Every of their media was on fire because Simon was dealing with Christopher Musa. They didn't allow him to rest. Today, where is that Simon? They removed him. And the Igbos are crying. What they are saying now, Dr. Ngozi Arabese, you say you are the DPL. Oh, you are the DPL. Come on. The one way they happened before, on sell them out. Now sell the first one, sell the second one, on one sell the third one, on decrease for head. Come and do what? To do what? Now, Uchechi Kanu that never speaks before, she has started speaking. She has started talking. Uchechi Kanu, wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, she has started talking. Telling us she has surgery. Oh, surgery are you woogie? And expect that it's going to be good for you. That is the repercussion of treachery. That is the repercussion. Oh yeah, now stand up and go and defend. Stand up and go and talk to those people that were telling you Simon was the problem. No, you are now in London making videos. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Anyways, Biafrans, please, on this note, I will have to leave. My time is really tired on time. So I'll just practically maybe tomorrow, I'll join you guys again. Thank you so much. May God bless you guys. Peace and love. Please always pray for Dr. Ngozi Arabese, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Simon Ekpa Njoku. And believe that our Simon will be having his court hearing next year, January. And then the justice will be done indeed. Thank you so much. And may God bless you from here.
Hello, my wonderful people. As we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.